You've had this conversation before, not out loud, but in your head. You explain things perfectly. You say what you should have said, or what you will say next time. And for a moment, it feels real. But then, you snap back and realize none of it actually happened. So you do it again and again and again. Most people call this overthinking, but that's not what this is. This is rehearsal. Because your brain treats conversations like consequences, not just words, but outcomes. Acceptance, rejection, respect, distance. And your mind is constantly trying to predict those outcomes before they happen. Neuroscientists describe this as a predictive system, a quiet, continuous loop where your brain simulates the future to reduce uncertainty. That's why, when your attention drifts, a network deep in your mind turns on. The default mode network. It doesn't rest, it reconstructs. It replays the past and rehearses what comes next. Because to your brain, getting a conversation wrong was never just awkward. It felt like risk. In fact, studies in social neuroscience show that rejection activates the same regions as physical pain. So to your nervous system, being misunderstood doesn't feel small. It feels like a threat. So your mind adapted. It learned something powerful. If you say it perfectly, you won't lose the connection. That's why you replay that one sentence from weeks ago. Why you imagine arguments that never happen. Why you build entire scenarios just to feel in control. But here's the part most people don't realize. Your brain doesn't fully separate simulation from reality. So every time you run it back, your body responds like it's happening again. The tension, the pressure, the need to get it right this time. That's why it drains you. Not because you're thinking too much, but because you're experiencing it over and over again. Psychology calls this cognitive simulation, the ability to mentally test reality before stepping into it. It's something highly adaptive minds rely on. The same system that helps you read people, anticipate reactions, and avoid conflict is the one keeping you in the loop. But this isn't dysfunction. This is precision, a brain that learned early that connection matters, that getting it wrong has consequences, that being understood is not optional, it's essential. But not every moment needs to be predicted to be safe. And not every version of you needs to be perfected to be accepted. Sometimes, the version of you that shows up without rehearsal is the one people trust the most. You don't have to win the conversation to belong in it. I'm glad you're here, because once you understand your wiring, it changes everything.